head coach Ralph Turner. And Ralph, 3-game losing streak. I'm sure you're desperate to break out of it here tonight.
Well, I don't know that desperate is the word, but
I am.
Obviously, you must be more desperate than I am. If somebody told you we could lose both these games and win the next 5, would you be willing to trade that?
I'll take it.
I'd say the word desperate that's what happens when you're at that last game of the season,
okay.
And if you don't win.
Well, that's why we have you, Ralph, to keep me straight, buddy.
Well, we're excited about playing, a chance to get better, improve ourselves against. I think Mason's the hottest team in our league. They've won 10 out of 11 or 11 out of 12, but these both have the longest win streaks in the league at 5 and 6. So it'll be a great challenge for us to play back-to-back against great teams, and we're excited about it.
Well, UCCS finding their way as the season goes along. Of course, they lose their superstar from a year ago, transferred up to the big CU. So now they've been more or less relying on their big guys inside. They're a pretty good 1-2 punch.
Yes, I think they're very good. Alex has really played well, and I really think 2024 might be the most improved player in our league from his freshman to right now. Patton, I think he's done a great job. But for us, really, it'll come around. Can we guard Welsh, neutralize Patton, and then take advantage of? They're playing freshman guards against our junior college All-American, our Division I transfer. If there ought to be we might struggle with their big guys, but they should for sure struggle with our guards. So I'll be really interested to see how that matchup plays out.
Well, you're probably anxious to see how your ball club responds tonight shooting the basketball. Had a tough shooting weekend last week on the road. See what happens here at home after a week at home.
Yeah, shooting was bad, but defense was bad. I didn't think we did anything well. I didn't even think we competed. I don't know. I think my guys had a loss of confidence after that Christian finish, and I think maybe this might be exactly what we need. 2 really tough teams at home where you get a chance to measure stuff, and we'll see what kind of grit and determination we have. I expect we're going to have a great effort tonight.
Yeah, it might come down to the energy level. Maybe that was a little lacking last week because, when you're struggling, the confidence goes away and the energy goes away. Maybe this is just what the tonic they need.
Bo, the thrill of the home crowd supporting you, there's no doubt that it's a big swaying factor for us to get that student section packed out and chanting and cheering. Our guys will respond, and it is a television game, so it's a great chance to get better tonight. I think our guys will respond.
All right, good luck tonight.
Thanks so much, Bo.
All right, Thunderbolts head coach Ralph Turner back with the starting line. It's opening tip-off. All comes your way next on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to Massari Arena. Thunderwolves women win it 64-61. Men's game coming up. Thunderwolves needing to snap a 3-game losing streak. UCCS, they've won 5 in a row. Something got to give tonight. We'll see. Thunderwolves and the Mountain Lions comes your way next in 1 minute. Let's make it 2 minutes on Fox Sports Pueblo. Let's go to Dave Miller with the night's starting lineups.
Let's make the starting lineups. First for the Mountain Lions, a 6'5" senior from Peyton, Colorado, number 11, Kendall Godley. A 6' freshman from Aurora, Colorado, number 12, Elijah Ross. A 6'1" redshirt freshman from Parker, Colorado, number 23, Brandon Malone. A 6'10" senior from Parker, Colorado, number 24, Dalton Patton. And a 6'7" senior from Westminster, Colorado, number 25, Alex Welsh. The Mountain Lions are coached by Jeff Colbert. And now the starting lineup for your Csu-Pueblo Thunderbolts. A 6'2" senior from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, number 10, Chris Golden. A 6' junior from Flint, Michigan, number 5, Cyrus McDonald. A 6'8" junior from Noosa Heads, Australia, number 24, Nelson A 6'5" sophomore from Colorado Springs, Colorado, number 15, Josh Smith. And a 6'6" senior from Park Hill, Colorado, number 3, Odessa Lear. Assistant student coach Devontae Malcolm, assistant coach Tommy Johnson, and head coach of the Thunderwolves, Ralph Turner.
And we thank each and every home game here. Dave Miller for bringing the starting lineups. We're set for basketball here at Massari Arena. Thunderwolves in their home white. Red numerals, blue trim. UCCS, just like the women, they're all black numerals with a little gold trim outlining the numbers. A little black on black action. We'll move left to right here as we sit courtside in Massari Arena. We sit at Dave Socha Press Row. We have the honor of doing that each and every home game here. Collar to jump center here. Against the big man, Dalton Patton. Thunderwolves control the tap. Here's Cyrus McDonald on the right wing. Up top to Lear, left side to Smith. Smith in the corner. Goes down low to Collar, backs his way in, goes up with the right-hand hook, missed it. Lear battles for the rebound and rips it into the corner. Steps back, won't take the jumper, goes cross-court. Cyrus McDonald with it. Up top now to Lear. Lear fakes the three, goes down low to Collar again, backs his way in, goes up with a hook, and this time lays it in. So the Thunderwolves, as they so often do, get the first bucket of the game with Nelson Collar. And they lead it 2-0. Quickly back the other way. Elijah Ross getting the start here for the Mountain Lions. Has the ball out top, drives into the paint, kicks it into the corner, faking the jumper, driving the baseline. Nice spin move by Patton, right hand hook, missed it though. And Lear bats the rebound to Collar. Outlet pass to McDonald. McDonald across the timeline, fires it into the corner to Smith. Back to McDonald. Up top to Lear. He'll fire a three-pointer. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound comes outside, and Chris Golden has it. Gives it off to Lear, and they'll reset. Iris McDonald hands the ball off to Lear. Lear turns, faces at the free throw line, steps back, tries to draw the foul, and then turning the ball over. Just threw it right into the hands of Ross down the lane. Left-hand scoop, missed it. Tapped up, no good. Rebound, layup, good by Welsh. Alex Welsh stayed with it and lays it in for the Mountain Lions. Back the other way. Shot no good by McDonald. Rebound on the baseline by Patton. Ahead, knocked away and stolen by the Thunderwolves. 2-2 our score. Thunderwolves with the ball. Golden drives the baseline. A little runner on the way. Off the back iron, no good. And the rebound coming out of the way. Kendall Godley gets it ahead to Ross. Ross across the timeline to the left wing. He drives the baseline. Cut off there. Hands the ball outside to Welsh. Cross-court feed. Now outside. They work it up top. Alex Welsh. Potential player of the year candidate in the RMAC. Ball on the right side. Lob it down on the block. Backing his way in as Godley goes up with the left hand. Good on a foul. It'll count. Good strong move there by Godley as he drew it on Golden. So free throw for Godley, a chance for the three-point play. 71% on the year. He gets to the line, well, let's see, probably more often than any other. Yes, 123. This will be his 123rd attempt of the year. I'll get it out. Toss is good. Three-point play for Godley. So 5 in a row for the Mountain Lions. Has them on top. Here's the ball up top to Lear. Looking for Collar. Can't get it to him. They go to McDonald. McDonald gives it off to Smith. He's open. Three-pointer from the top. Got it. Josh Smith from downtown coming off a good ball game against Westminster in defeat. Ties the game up at 5 apiece. Crossover dribble. Ball knocked away by Smith, but it comes outside to Welsh. Into the corner to Patton. Patton. Couple of dribbles. Goes way outside with it to Ross. Now onto the right wing. Looking for movement. They go into the corner to Welsh. He'll just jack up a jumper. Left it short. It goes over the top of the backboard. Welsh that time just more or less settled for the mid-range jumper. Not really what Jeff Culver has in mind for his offense. Thunderwolves with the ball. Collar, top of the key. Hands the ball off to Golden. Works around the screen to the free throw line. Steps back. Jumper on the way. Off the back iron. No good. And rebound to Malone. Malone across the timeline for the Mountain Lions. We're all tied up 5 apiece. 3 minutes into the ball game. Left side. Here's Patton. He'll drive into the paint. Dishes off. Collar had a chance with a steal. Doesn't get it. Up with a shot. No good by Welsh. Rebound to Godley in the paint. Nice dish. Foul on Collar. No traveling is the call. Traveling a call on Patton before he got the shot off. So the inbounds pass into Cyrus McDonald, sporting some new leggings this week. Hands the ball off to Smith. Smith gives it to Collar, back to Smith. He'll launch a three ball. It's good. Smith and Collar play catch like it was a hot potato. Smith gets it back and launches and hits. Thunderwolves lead at 8-5. Here's Godley into the corner. This is Ross driving in. He's cut off. Goes outside with it to Brandon Malone. Redshirt freshman out of Parker High School, or Chaparral High School in Parker, Colorado. Step back jumper on the way by Godley. No good. Collar with a rebound. Outlet pass to McDonald. Fires it ahead to Golden. Golden cut off on the baseline. He's in on the wing. Goes up. Shot blocked at the summit. Lear with a rebound. Missed it. Long firing pass up ahead to Welsh. In from the right on Collar. Goes up left hand. Scoop no good. Rebound to Collar. Outlet pass ahead to Lear. He's bumped. No call. Lear gets it ahead to Golden. Steps back. Three-pointer. Got it. Chris Golden from downtown. Thunderwolves already with three-pointers in this ball game. When they're hitting threes, they're a different looking outfit. That's for sure. They struggled on the weekend at Mesa and Westminster last week. Here's a nice drive by Godley to hoop. Layup. No. Late whistle foul. Pretty obvious call there on Josh Smith. As he more or less just ripped Godley to the deck. Timeout on the court. TV in town, so we get timeouts every 4 minutes. 15:34 to go in the first half. Thunderwolves lead at 11-5. It's a 1-minute timeout on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to Massari Arena. Good fast start for the Thunderwolves here as they lead at 11-5. Welcome our listeners tonight all around the country on iHeartRadio, or if you're listening at your computer with the iHeart app, or if you're watching the Stretch Internet feed, they're using the CET pictures, but using our audio feed here tonight. Works better for everybody here at CSU Pueblo, so glad to have you along there as well. Thunderwolves on a 3-game losing streak, UCCS on a 5-game winning streak. First free throw up and good by Kendall Godley. He averages 13.3 a game. We mentioned he gets to the line more often than any other Mountain Lion. Senior out of Falcon High School in Peyton, Colorado. Buried this last week with that snowstorm. Second free throw, good. 11-7. Thunderwolves lead it by 4. Here's Lear at the top of the key. He'll just jack up a three. Off the back iron, no good. And the rebound to Godley. Ahead now to Ross. Ross on the right side. They work the ball around the perimeter. Welsh now fakes a drive. Comes left side to Godley. Godley directing traffic. Down to the baseline to Welsh. Welsh backing his way in on Lear. Just jamming his way in. Turns and missed it. Rebound loose on the baseline. Patton has it. Goes up and he banks it in. 11-9. Thunderwolves by 2. McDonald across the timeline for the Thunderwolves on the right wing. Holds it. Now goes up top to Golden. Golden on the wing. Crossover dribble up top to Lear. Down low to Collar. Collar backs his way in. Spins. Goes up right hand. Hook doesn't get the roll. Ball batted outside. Nobody there for the Thunderwolves. Ball comes loose to Ross. He gets it across the timeline. Ross moves in. Hands the ball off to Malone. Back into the corner to Ross. Drives the baseline. Nice dish. Layup good to Patton. Drew the defense to him, and in a nice little pass, 6 in a row by the Mountain Lions, and the game is tied up at 11 apiece. Here is Collar. Holding it outside. Goes to McDonald. He's on the baseline. Goes up and under the hoop. Foul. The battle of the shorties inside there is Ross, 6 foot. Against Cyrus McDonald, 6 foot. Cyrus a little more physical, though, able to get some separation there with the body and drew the foul. Foul number 1 on Ross. McDonald to the free throw line. Hits the first free throw, 61% on the year. Thunderwolves as a team shoot 75%. They average 15.4 makes a game. UCCS, they're a 68% free throw shooting team. They average 16 makes a game. Second toss, no good. But Radakovic hustles in there, gets the rebound for the Thunderwolves. Thunderwolves in with their second unit now, with the exception of McDonald. He stays out there because he missed the free throw. He has the ball at the top of the key, moves in, drives through, hands the ball off, but then threw it away. It's rebounded by McDonald, able to get the ball back somehow and laid it in. Crazy play indeed. 14-11. Thunderwolves by 3. Here is Welsh driving the baseline. Had the ball knocked away by Radakovic. Now they lob it inside wide. Open, faking, going up. Shot, no, but a foul. Tim Haas with the ball down on the block. Big physical guard. And the foul called on Liggett. Beg your pardon, it's Bealey at the free throw line. Bealey misses the first. He's a freshman out of Eagle Crest High School in Aurora. 47% on the year. It showed on that first attempt, but he hits the second, 1 out of 2 on this trip. 14-12. Thunderwolves lead the ball game by 2. Here is Kuiper at the top of the key. Hands the ball off to Radakovic. Cut off outside. Wallace fakes the 3. Gives it off to Newman. Newman steps back. Now he'll move in to the free throw line. Jab step, left side Kuiper. He'll launch a three-pointer. That's way off the mark. Air ball, but it comes right back to Wallace. Into the corner to Liggett. 8 on the shot clock. Down on the block. Nice dish to Radakovic. Can't get the shot off, but a reach-in foul. Bails out the Thunderwolves with only 3 on the shot clock. Ian McDonald, the guilty party. Second team foul on the Mountain Lion, so the Thunderwolves get a reset here with fresh 30. Inbounds pass to Kuiper. Goes outside to Wallace. Wallace now to Kuiper. Up top to Newman. Gives it to Kuiper. Always looking for the back door. Gives it off to Liggett. Fakes the three-pointer. Drives the baseline. Cut off. Hands the ball off to Newman. He'll step back. Now starts a drive. Pulls up. Free throw line jumper off the back iron. Goes for the rebound. He went over the back. Foul number 1 on Newman. 4th team foul on the Thunderwolves. Our officials tonight: Micah Baldino, Nathan Melson, we affectionately call him Daddy Longlegs, and Chuck Velez, or Velez. I'm not sure how he pronounces it. Ball on the right side. Here's Haas with it. Oh, just battling his way through a screen. Welsh just decks the Thunderwolf, and then they call the foul on Radakovic. Foul on Radakovic is first. Welsh looked like a road grader out there, just blasting his way into the lane. But, like I said, he's a Player of the Year candidate, much like Brittany Hernandez. You're not going to call the superstars early on a foul like that. The way it is. Ball outside. And the ball off. Jay Crawford into the ball game. I almost said Joey Crawford. I'm thinking of the referee. Here is Newman with the steal for the Thunderwolves. In from the right. Goes up. Runner on the way. Left it short. Rebound. Banked in by Kuiper. 16-12. Thunderwolves lead it by 4. Good crowd on hand here tonight at Massari Arena. Football players across the way, very vocal in that women's game toward the end. Here's Haas. And it up top to Shane Jensen. He tried to go backdoor and a traveling call. As they went backdoor that time to Ian McDonald, shuffled the feet. Timeout on the court. 11:57 to go here in the first half. Thunderwolves lead at 16-12. It's a 1-minute timeout on Fox Sports Pueblo.
Fox Sports Pueblo 1350, an iHeartRadio station. Online at foxsportspueblo.com and on your phone with your iHeartRadio app. KCCY Pueblo.
16-12. Thunderwolves on top. Not shooting the eyes out of it right now. Thunderwolves are only at 33%, but they have hit 3 3-pointers. Mountain Lions have no 3-pointers. There's your difference in the ball game. Thunderwolves have also forced 3 turnovers. Here's Newman at the top of the key. Goes right side to Liggett. Can't get the shot off. Dribbles around a screen. Cut off. Goes to Kuiper. Now up top to Newman. 16 on the shot clock. Left side, Radakovic. Tried to hand it off to Wallace. Good hard defense here. Now Wallace steps back. Can't get the jumper off. Goes to Radakovic. 5 on the shot clock. Radakovic drives into the paint. He's fouled on the way to the hoop. Drew the foul that time as he worked right around Ian McDonald and picked up foul number 2. So Thunderwolves get a fresh 30 here. Inbounds pass to Kuiper on the baseline. Won't take the jumper. Gives it to Newman up top. The Liggett has the ball knocked away and stolen. Ahead of the field, Tim Haas. And the ball stripped at the last minute by Liggett, and it goes off the leg of Jensen out of bounds. Great hustle by Liggett. Well, Liggett had his pocket picked, but then he came down and turnabout is fair play. And the starters back into the game now for the Thunderwolves as the bench gets them a lead by 4. Here's McDonald across the timeline. Dribbles to the right wing. Up top to Lear. Lear left side to Golden. Golden down low to Collar on the block. Backs his way in. Right hand hook, missed it. And then the rebound to Patton. Outlet pass to Godley. Godley will dribble it across the timeline on the right wing. Hands the ball outside to the big man, Patton. Look it up top to Malone, left side. Faking, moving in. Jensen now down on the block to Patton. Turns, faces, 10-footer, swish. Dalton Patton was 6. You heard Ralph Turner say he's the most improved big man in the conference. Senior out of Chaparral High School. Used to be just a space eater. Come out there and use up his 5 fouls, get you some rebounds, but he's developed a pretty good offensive game. Nice spin move by Collar. Reverse up, and he missed it. And the rebound to Malone. Everything was beautiful until he missed the shot. 2-point lead for the Pack. Ball on the left side. They jump it down inside. Patton goes up. Shot blocked by Collar. He capped him. Alternating possession belongs to the Mountain Lions. Will be UCCS ball on the baseline. 19 on the shot clock. Inbounded way outside. Directing traffic out there. Advili. He has it. Comes left side to Malone. Back to Advili. Onto the right side. Jumper on the way by Godley. Swish. Godley with 8. His first triple of the game. Mountain Lions have the lead. 17-16. 10 minutes to go here in the first half. Here's Lear. Left side to Smith. Oh, man, what a collision at the top of the key as Golden took it right in the chops by his own man. Drives it right down to Payne. Then he is fouled by Godley. And now we're going to have a video review, it looks like here. Might be looking at an elbow at the top of the key. When he came around that screen, he took a shot right to the face. And they're probably going to want to look at it and see if this is a flagrant foul. Now what makes me wonder here is how can you call for a video review when you didn't call a foul, yet you think you saw a foul enough that you want to come to the video review. So they're going to see here just how Chris Golden took it to the chops when he came around that screen by Lear. I thought he more or less ran into the shoulder of Lear. Well, we'll see. They're looking at it on the video replay down the way. It's too far away. I can't see exactly what they're looking at. I guess if I was smart, maybe I'd pull up the video on my computer. We'll see if I can get that going here, live video. But it's going to be about 30 seconds behind. But maybe we can see what they're looking at down the way here. I'll just be a little slow on it. Fans going nuts here. They're giving away some little basketballs and some shirts now. Of course, Rocky in town tomorrow for the Metro State game. We look forward to that. If you're 8th grade or under, you get in free tomorrow. Bring your student ID, and I suppose if you look at the part and you don't have an ID, they're going to let you in. Well, can't get, we don't have a fast, the internet is painfully slow in the building here tonight. So evidently no harm, no foul. I still am not totally sure what they were looking at. Now we need a basketball. Referee comes over to grab that. Should be Golden at the line to shoot a pair here. The foul is on Godley, his first, so it'll send Golden to the free throw line. Chris, 89% on the year, 54 out of 61, about as close to automatic as the Thunderwolves have, and he hits the first. That ties the game up, 17 apiece. Second toss. Well, I put the whammy on him, didn't I? Missed the second as it rimmed in and out. 9:44 to go here in the first half. We're all tied up at 17 apiece. Back in the ball game, Elijah Ross gives it off to Patton. Patton starts a drive on Collar, pulls up, shot up, no good. Lear had the rebound, lost it, and is still loose on the deck, but Smith able to come up with it. Outlet pass to McDonald. McDonald brings it across the timeline, races into the forecourt, dribbles down into the corner, comes outside. Lear with it, top of the key. Lear goes right side. McDonald open for three. That's way off the mark. An air ball landed right in the lap of Dalton Patton. And here back the other way is Brandon Malone. Up top to Godley. Onto the right side to Ross. Ross starts a drive, goes outside. Three ball on the way. Good by Shane Jensen. 20-17. Mountain Lions lead it by 3. 8:55 to go first half. Cross-court feed to Golden on the left wing. Picked up there by Patton. Now gives it off to Smith. Smith moves in, cut off. Dribbles into the corner, hands the ball off to Golden. Golden moves in, pulls up 10-foot runner, left it short, gets his own rebound, missed it again. And here's Godley back the other way for the Mountain Lions. Left side to Ross. Ross holds it there. Now whistle, offensive foul on the Mountain Lions. Foul called on Shane Jensen. Alex Welsh back in the ball game. The Jensen experiment is over with. Heat goes to the bench. McDonald brings it across the timeline for the Thunderwolves. Down by 3. Collar at the top of the key. One dribble, looks to hand it off, goes right side to McDonald, works around the screen, down the lane he goes, and that's an offensive foul on McDonald. He just tipped his shoulder right into Elijah Ross. I think Ross was moving on the play, but Cyrus tipped his shoulder so far that it made it obvious the call was going to go against him. Scoreboard has gone out, now it comes back on. Had a little power surge or something here in the building. Inbounds pass to Ross. Mountain Lions lead it by 3. That is their biggest lead of the early going. Here's Godley, dribbles around the screen. Now down into the corner. Driving the baseline, Welsh cut off. Comes up top. He'll hold things up. Nifty dribbling out on the top. Trying to get it down on the block to Welsh. Lear forces him out onto the baseline. He'll drive baseline. Whistle foul called on Lear. Timeout on the court. 7:55 to go, first half. Mountain Lions lead it 20-17. It's a 1-minute timeout on Fox Sports Pueblo. (20-17) our score. Thunderwolves down by 3. Early shooting stats here. Thunderwolves 26%. Struggled last week on the road, struggling a little bit tonight. They are 3 for 7 shooting threes, but you take away the threes, they are 3 for 16. UCCS at 44% right now. Free throws upcoming here for Alex Welsh. Free throw up and good. Welsh 79% on the year from the line. Senior out of Westminster, went to Pomona High School. Second toss, good. UCCS building on their biggest lead of the game. They're up by 5 now. Newman brings it across the timeline. Thunderwolves have come back in with a few of their second string. Here's Collar down on the block, goes up, right hand hook, good. Collar with 4. 22-19. Radakovich is in the game now, along with Newman. Smith got the start tonight for Radakovich. He's out there. Ball on the right side. And that looked like a travel. Thank you. And Alex Welch, he has the gall to look around and says, "What are you? Don't you know who I am? You can't call me for traveling." Here's Newman bringing it across the timeline for the Thunderwolves onto the right wing. Down low to Collar. Back out to Newman. He'll jack up a 3. Way off the mark. Rebound out coming with it is Godley to the free throw line. Down the lane. It opens up for him. He's bumped fouled by Golden. Second foul on Chris Golden. A little bit of a physical mismatch there is Kendall Godley with that big body, 6'4" senior out of Falcon High School. Able to draw contact there. That means Lear's going to have to check in. Golden's going to have to come out, I believe. Free throw on the way, short. Lear does come in for Golden. One more for Kendall Godley. Or this Mountain Lion Ball Club. Jeff Culver does a great job recruiting the state of Colorado. Only one player that I see here from out of state, and that would be Ryan Van Pelt. He doesn't play that much. Godley with 9. Here's a drive to the hoop by Collar. He's fouled. Looks like he drew the foul on Patton. And it will be indeed foul number 1 on Dalton Patton. That'll send Nelson Collar to the free throw line. 23-19 our score. UCCS on top by 4. Collar on the year, 67% from the line. Free throw up and good. Second toss right through there. 6 points for the Big Aussie, 23-21. 2-point lead, full court pressure by the Thunderwolves off the made free throw, but they break it easily. Malone brings it across the timeline. Thunderwolves now drop back into a man-to-man defense. Here's Malone outside, dribbles around a screen. Picked up there by Smith. Starts the drive, hands the ball off to Godley. Godley will play pick and roll with Welsh. Goes inside, ball knocked away and stolen by Collar. Ahead to Lear. Lear gets it across the timeline. Goes right side, wide open Smith for 3, and the lead. Smith with his third triple of the game. Thunderwolves back out on top, 24-23. 6.5 to go here, first half. Ball on the right side, Malone with it. Gives it up top to Patton, onto the left side to Godley. Godley way up top. Ross for 3. Off the iron, no good, but there's that big body Godley to Patton, and he lays it in. Or to Welsh, rather. Beg your pardon, Welsh with 6. 25-24, UCCS back on top. Here's Newman up top to Radakovich. Trying to get it to Collar. He's being manhandled inside there by Patton. Now he gets it to Collar, goes up with a hook and missed it badly. Rebound to Patton. Nelson just rushed that shot. Pull up 3 on the way off the mark. Missed by Welsh. Rebound to Newman. Newman back the other way, goes outside to Smith. Won't take the 3 this time. Now steps back and will launch. It's good. Timeout, Mountain Lions. Jeff Culver, incensed at his defense, just backed off of Josh Smith and he buried it. 5:39 to go here in the first half. 30-second timeout. Thunderwolves by 2 on Fox Sports Pueblo. Jeff Culver, as you might expect, he was irate at that timeout. His defense just backed off Josh Smith, the hottest player on the court, and let him loose for an easy 3. He has 4 of them here in this first half. Here's Malone on the right wing for the Mountain Lions. Give it up top now to Godley. And we got an offensive foul away from the ball. Illegal screen set inside. And it's on Ryan Van Pelt, the lone guy from outside the state of Colorado. Picks up the foul. He's out of Highland, Utah. Here's Newman on the right wing. Tries to get it to Collar. He's got it on the block. Backs his way in. Fakes again. Goes up and banks it in. Nelson very patient that time. Waited for it to open up and he banks it in. Thunderwolves lead it by 4. 29-25. Here's Malone. Driving in. Here's Godley. Cut off. Outside 3-pointer by Malone. Got it. Brandon Malone, his first bucket of the ball game. He's hit 36 3-pointers on the year. Can't leave him alone. 29-28. Thunderwolves by 1. Feed inside to Collar on the block. They double team him this time. Rifles it outside to Radakovich. Able to snare the pass somehow. Now gives it off to Newman. Newman down the lane. Goes up with a runner and banks it in. Will Newman, his first bucket of the game. 31-28. Thunderwolves by 3. 4:25 to go here in the first half. Across the timeline, Malone with it. Now starts to drive, cut off, gives the ball outside to Haas. Now back nifty, dribbling there by Godley, but he's cut off nicely by Lear. Steps back, comes outside, another three-pointer by Malone. He got another one. Malone with 6. That ties the game up at 31 apiece. 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Now we got mass chaos in the gymnasium as all the athletes going to make the honor roll. Here's Radakovich for 3, missed it badly. Rebound underneath by Van Pelt. Everybody going to the staging area here. Kind of detracts from the game at the moment. Ball on the right side, up top. Here's Van Pelt. Now to Godley. Giving up top. Malone, another one. Got another one. 3 straight threes by Brandon Malone. Now the Mountain Lions lead it, 34-31. Here's Newman on the right wing. Gives it off to Radakovich. Left side to Lear. Down low to Collar. Up top to Smith. They cover him up. Outside, Lear's open for 3. Left it short. And the rebound to Van Pelt. And he hands it off now to Brandon Malone. Ball on the right side. Here is Malone. 3 minutes to go in the half. Up top now on the left wing. So Haas gives it off to Godley. He'll jack up a 3. Missed it. Collar lost the rebound, but it goes to Newman. Fast break for the Thunderbolts. 3-on-2. Newman down the lane. In from the right. He's bumped. No call, but he lays it in anyway. Very easily could have been an N1 situation there. 34-33. Thunderwolves down by 1. Here's Godley bringing it across the timeline. And a foul fighting over the screen on Newman. And I think we've got a timeout on the court. 2:32 to go in the first half. 34-33. UCCS by 1. It's a 1-minute timeout on Fox Sports Pueblo. Thunderwolves down by 1. UCCS will have some free throws here when we come out of the timeout. Every game in now from the women's side with the exception of one. For some reason, no score out of Spearfish tonight. They're taking on Adams State. I can almost guarantee you Black Hill State would have won the ball game. Other finals tonight, Metro, tomorrow night's opponent, they defeated Western State tonight in Gunnison, 77-72. Westminster over Highland, 75-68. Mason, a low-scoring game, knocked off Western New Mexico, 55-43. Here's the first free throw. It's good. Fort Lewis over South Dakota Mines, 75-69. Colorado Christian defeated Chadron State, 85-77. And the big score of the night, Regis over Mines, 65-61. Thunderwolves have pulled into a first-place tie in the conference. Both free throws good by Malone. He has 11 points. He scored the last 11 of the game for UCCS. Here's Smith on the right wing. Drives in, cut off. Hands it off to Lear. Now gives it to Collar down on the, or this is Kuiper on the block. Right hand hook up and in. Kuiper with a nice little post move. 36-35. 1 point lead for the Mountain Lions. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. On the left side. Patton with it. Gives it up top. Haas for 3. It's short. That's got to be a push off on the Mountain Lions. Foul on Advili. So we'll walk down to the other end. Free throws for Odessa Lear. Yet the score in the ball game. Be shooting the 1-and-1 here. On the way, good. Lear on the year, 75% from the line. Thunderwolves as a team shoot 75% from the line. Second toss, off the back iron, no good. Rebound battled for, and UCCS able to come up with it. All tied up here. They race it into the forecourt. Drive into the paint, cut off, and they throw the ball away. Completely out of control. Advili, I thought he walked with it before he threw it away. You could almost get 2 turnovers for the price of 1 there. Chris Golden checks back in the game now for the Thunderwolves. Ralph Turner trying to catch lightning in a bottle here, perhaps. Hoping Chris Golden can get off here at the end of this half. All tied up, 36 apiece. McDonald up top now to Kuiper. Turns, faces, hands it off to Golden. Launches the 3-ball. Short. Rebound loose in the lane. The experiment didn't work there. Back the other way on the fly. Welsh down the lane. The sea parted, and he stuffs it home with a right hand. Ole go the Thunderwolves. 38-36. 2-point lead for the Mountain Lions. Hand the ball off to Golden. Back pass to Kuiper. He's open. Jumper on the wing. Swish. 2-point shot. Kuiper was 6, but he was in rhythm. You got to take it. 38-38. We're all tied up. 1:05 to go here in the first half. Godley up top to Hawes. Hawes dribbles around the screen. Smith went for the steal. Couldn't get it. Comes loose. Out on the deck. Diving for it. Still loose. Mountain Lions come over with a foul on McDonald as he runs into Tim Hawes. Thunderwolves deserved better there for their effort. Good defense. Had the ball loose, but then couldn't get to it in time, and then they commit the foul, so it results in free throws. Thunderwolves over the double bonus. So Haas at the line. He's only a 50% free throw shooter. 12 out of 24 on the year. That's kind of astonishing, but he hits the first. The junior guard out of Arapahoe High School. Wouldn't expect him to struggle that much from the line. But now we see why, as he clanks that one. So 1 out of 2 on this trip, right on his season average. Feet up ahead to Smith in the corner. Steps back. He'll launch from downtown off the back iron. Long rebound. Kuiper chases it down, gives it off to McDonald. And picking the pocket, Ross gets the steal. He has Kuiper to beat. Trips up, falls down. Nice dish shot. Good, and a foul. It'll count. Godley picking up the loose change and lays it in. Careless play by the Thunderwolves out top, and it results in a breakout chance for the 3-point play here for Godley. Godley to the line, try to complete the 3-point play. Free throw good. His 6th free throw of the night. He's hit 5 of them. 42-38. Last shot time here, not quite. About a 3-second differential here. Thunderwolves are going to run it down as far as they can, though. Newman with the ball. Elijah Ross trying to get the 5-second count going, trying to get close enough to Newman. Now he backs off him. 6 on the shot clock. Newman starts to drive. In from the right, goes up. Little hesitation move. Good. Newman with 6. 4 seconds to go. Here's Godley. He's dangerous. Down the lane he goes, and he lays it in at the buzzer. Kendall Godley, best player on the court in this ball game. He has 14. 4-point lead taken to the locker room by the Mountain Lions. They lead it 44-40. Nate Baptist with our halftime scoring update. It all comes your way next on Fox Sports Pueblo. Welcome back to Massari Arena. We thank Nate Baptist for getting you up to date here. Our producer and engineer tonight of Thunderwolves basketball. Let's give you a rundown of what's gone on here so far in this half. Give you the numbers at this point. UCCS led by Kendall Godley has 14 points at the break, including a scintillating drive to the hoop to end the half, going coast to coast and laying it off glass. He has 14. Malone with 11. You remember Malone hit 3 straight three-pointers and followed it up with a couple of free throws. He had 11 in a row on his own for UCCS. Welsh with 8. Patton with 6. Jensen with 3. Advili and Haas with 1 apiece. 14 of 27 from the field, 52%. 5 of 11 from 3, that's 46%. 11 of 14 from the free throw line, 79%. Thunderwolves led at halftime. Josh Smith, 4 of 5 shooting threes. That gives him 12 points at the break. Collar with 8. Kuiper and Newman with 6 apiece, 4 for Golden, 3 for McDonald, 1 for Lear. 15 of 38 for the Thunderwolves, that's 40%. 5 of 14 from 3, that is 36%. 5 of 8 from the free throw line, 63%. Thunderwolves being out-rebounded 23-16. Saving grace for the Thunderwolves in this ball game. UCCS turned the ball over 10 times. Thunderwolves only 4. Halftime score, 44-40. UCCS on top, back with the second half in 2 minutes on Fox Sports Pueblo. 44-40. Thunderwolves down by 4, but they get the ball first to start the second half. Plus, in my humble opinion, they get a go at the easier rim here. I think that rim on the right, to our right as we look at it, is haunted. This one much softer, much more forgiving. We'll see how it works out that way. Here's Lear on the left wing for the Thunderwolves. Thunderwolves moving right to left as we look at it. Here is Newman. Left side into the corner. Lear faked the 3. Goes down low to Collar. He's in his office. Goes up. Left the hook shot short, though. Wow. Point blank range there. Just didn't get it up high enough. And here is Godley now. Hero of that first half for the Mountain Lions. Hands the ball off to Elijah Ross. Ross goes to the top. Now to Patton. Turns, faces. He'll just launch it. Swish. Collar gave him a lot of room there, and Patton just buried it. He has 8. Ralph Turner said he's the most improved big man in the conference. It shows here tonight. Here's Lear. Right side. Collar's open for 3. Wouldn't take it. Hands it off to McDonald. He'll launch a 3-pointer. Way off the mark. He shot an air ball in the first half and comes out here with a clanker. Back the other way. Malone brings it across the timeline. Onto the left wing. Down on the block. Turning, facing, Patton. Again from 10. This time left it short. I think Collar might have got a piece. Newman with the rebound. Brings it across the timeline. Races the pace. In from the right. Goes up and banks it in. Newman with 8. 46-42. Back the other way. Ross with it. Hands the ball off now to Godley. Godley picked up in this half by Smith. Drives right around him. Draws the foul. Josh had no recourse but to reach in and foul him. And that'll be 2 free throws upcoming for Kendall Godley. Well, Godley in the first half got to the line 6 times. He was 5 out of 6. On the year, he's 71%. First toss is up and good. Just get the feeling it could be that kind of night for this guy. Tough ball player. Second toss, nothing but net. He has 16, 48-42. UCCS, that matches their biggest lead of the game. Ball on the right side, Lear with it. Hands the ball up top to Smith. Smith goes to Collar. He's open for 3. It's on the way. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound to Godley. Fires it ahead to Malone. Malone now pulls up. Hands it off to Godley. They swing it around the perimeter here. Ross now. Backdoor feed to Godley. Threw it away. Hard to blame Dalton Patton that time. He thought Godley was going to go hard to the baseline. He kind of slowed up, and the pass sailed right behind him. One of the worst things in the world to do is fake a backdoor cut because the passer thinks you're going. Hard for him to read your mind. Here's Newman on the right side. Goes into the corner, McDonald. Up top to Newman. Newman comes left side to Smith. Smith jumps it down low to Collar. Double teamed instantly. Gets rid of it to Smith. Up top to McDonald. Right side to Newman. Newman drives the baseline. He's in. He draws the foul. Whistle before the shot, though. Not quite sure why that's before the shot. Looked like he was in rhythm there on his way to the hoop. Foul on Malone is his first. Inbounds pass to Newman. I've been watching too much NBA, I guess. Ball on the right side. Down low to Collar. Backs his way in. Fakes, goes up, and drew the foul. So that'll send Nelson Collar to the free throw line. Foul on Patton is his second. Collar hit 2 free throws in the first half. This one on the way, and he gets the roll. Collar with 9. Chance for double figures. Left it short, but he gets the shooter's roll. 48-44. 4-point lead for the Mountain Lions. Here is Godley. Starts to drive. Oh, nice crossover down the lane. Lays it in. What a move by Godley. He has 18. 50-44. Thunderwolves in a hurry. Back the other way. Smith cut off on the baseline. Hands it off to Collar. Jumps it outside to Newman. Left side to McDonald. McDonald now up to Lear. Fakes the three. Goes right side to Newman. Now down to Collar. Ball batted away into the corner. Stolen by the Mountain Lions. Here comes Godley. Good play there by Welsh to take the ball away. Baseline feed up Ed Malone. He's cut off. Skips it outside, and he throws it right to Jeff Culver. And he bangs the ball to the decks. And what kind of pass was that? Thunderwolves catch a break. And McDonald brings it across the timeline for the Thunderwolves, trailing at 50-44 here. McDonald goes right side to Lear. Lear will drive in from the right. He's bumped and fouled outside. That's going to be foul number 3 on Patton, I believe. Or Welsh, rather. Excuse me. I beg your pardon. Patton has the 2 fouls. That's the first foul of the game on Welsh. Wishful thinking, probably, from the hometown announcer. Here's Newman to trigger it in. Gets it into Collar in the corner. He's bumped into, hands the ball back to Newman, drives the baseline, feeds it outside. McDonald's open, 3-ball on the way. In and out, no good. Collar with a rebound on the block, turns, faces, goes outside to Smith. He'll jump into a 3. Short, skying for the rebound. Welsh. Back the other way comes Ross. Hands it down on the block, turning, facing. Patton goes up, left it short, rebound batted to Lear. Outlet pass to Newman. Newman across the timeline. Newman in for the right, goes down the lane, little reverse up, and no. Rebound to Welsh. Back the other way, ball knocked free. Lear trying to get the steal. It's on the deck, but it's picked up by Godley. Hands the ball up top to Ross. Now to Malone. Now back to Ross. They play catch out on the perimeter. Here's Ross driving in, tries to pass off. Lear with a good play, knocked it loose, but he couldn't get the steal. Timeout on the court. 15:44 to go here in the second half. Mountain Lions lead at 50-44. It's a 1-minute break on Fox Sports Pueblo. Oh my, we got a sad moment in the arena here tonight. A little boy on the front row across the way lost his basketball. He likes to shoot around after the game is over, and it came loose, rolled across the court. Rico Spikes, who is out of action this year, in a red shirt this year, caught the ball, rolled it back over to the young man, but his mom let him have it. Now he's crying with his head on Mama's leg across the way. Poor guy. You didn't mean to, Mama. Mountain Lions with the ball. Lob it in. Thunderwolves go for the steal. They had a chance. No. Ball back right side in the corner. Ross, offensive foul called on the Mountain Lions. And the foul is on Ryan Van Pelt. He's a foul waiting to happen. Man out of Utah. Got called earlier in the game in the first half for an illegal screen. He's jawing it up with Kuiper out there right now. Kuiper with the ball at the top of the key. Hands the ball to Golden. Long 3-pointer. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound loose. Welsh has it. Fires it ahead. Here's Ross. Top of the key. Cut off. Hands the ball off. Left side. Welsh pulls up. Jump away short. An air ball. And Newman gets the rebound. Pushes the pace. Across the timeline. Newman in from the left. Takes it all the way to the hole. Whacked at. No call. Newman misses the layup from point blank range. Or rather it was Lear. Ahead of the field. Godley. Layup good. Man, oh man, the Thunderwolves miss from point-blank range, and then they give up a deuce on the other end, 52-44. It's been that kind of stretch for the Thunderwolves their last 4 games here. Here is a drive to the hoop. Layup good and a foul. It'll count by Chris Golden. Just as entertaining as the continuing talk out on the edge. Chuck Velez and Ralph Turner going at it. A coach always loves it when a referee says, I didn't see it. Well, we know you didn't see it. It's obvious. That's one of the most truthful statements a referee could ever make, though, to say, I didn't see it. Here's Golden. Free throw good on the three-point play. Now, all you Colorado Springs UCCS viewers here on the internet feed watching around the country, we have a running thing with the refs. It's okay. Tongue-in-cheek. Some of the time. Ball on the left side. They lob it up top. Turning, facing Welsh. Now lobs it inside. Now into the corner. Driving the baseline. Hawes cut off. Comes outside. Goes cross-court. Gordon knocks the ball free. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Well, I see number 1 out here. I miss Darius' partner, the old UCCS Mountain Lion. Here's the ball outside. Long three-pointer by Welsh as the shot clock expires. Dagger. 55-47. Thunderbolts down by 8. That matches the biggest lead of the game for the Mountain Lions. Newman gives it off the Lear onto the right side to Wallace, who's into the game. Comes over to Newman. Newman starts to drive, cut off. Now backs out of there, goes left side to Lear. 8 on the shot clock. Lear starts to drive into the paint. No call, a lot of contact. Lear gets the rebound and lays it in. 55-49. And across the timeline, Crawford goes up top. Now to Udvili. Into the corner. This is Hawes. Back to Udvili. Yo-yoing the ball out on the perimeter. Goes left side. Here's Haas into the corner. Jumper on the way, no good. Ball batted around to the baseline, out of bounds. That'll be Thunderbolts ball. As Kuiper in a fight for that basketball on the baseline with Ian McDonald, and McDonald the last touched it. So it's Thunderbolts ball. Down by 6. 13-17 to go here in the second half.
Here we go. Get in the middle, O. In the middle, O.
Pressure in the backcourt. Newman with it. He's got a second to get it across, and he barely beats the 10-second clock. Here's Golden in the corner. Drives the baseline. In from the left. Lost the ball. Goes to Lear. He's fouled. Shot won't go, but he'll go to the free throw line. First foul on Haas. That'll mean Odessa Lear to the free throw line. Senior out of the Park Hill area in Denver, Colorado. Free throw no good. Odessa 1 for 3 from the stripe tonight. Collar going to check back in. Kuiper out. One more for Odessa Lear. Hits this one. He has 4 in the game. It's 55-50. Thunderbolts down by 5. Here's Crawford bringing it across the timeline. Goes onto the right side to Malone. Malone down to the baseline. Backing in with it. Shane Jensen can't do anything with it. Comes outside. Here's Patton for a jumper. Missed it. Tap try. High! The big man flying in there. I'm not sure who got it. Might have been Udvili. I'm not sure, though. Here's Newman. Skips it cross court to Wallace. Down into the corner to Golden. Golden steps back. Now moves in. Short jumper. Missed another one. Off shooting night tonight for Chris Golden. Back come the Mountain Lions. Nice pass underneath. Here's Patton on the block. Turns and hits. Patton double figures with 10. 59-50. The lead is up to 9. Timeout, Thunderwolves. 12:07 to go here in the second half. Mountain Lions have opened up their biggest lead of the game. They lead at 59-50. 1 minute timeout on Fox Sports Pueblo.
Fox Sports Pueblo 1350. An iHeart radio station. Online at foxsportspueblo.com and on your phone with your iHeart radio app. KCCY Pueblo.
Thunderbolts find themselves down by 9. 12:07 to go here in the second half. Thunderbolts cold shooting night again. Here's Newman at the top of the key. Goes to Collar on the block. Nice backdoor feed to Lear, and he lays it in. Lear with 6, 59-52. 7-point lead for the Mountain Lions. Here they have the ball up top, lob it inside. Ball deflected away by Collar onto the baseline. Can't be saved, though. Thunderwolves shooting in the game 35%. UCCS 53%. And we get a timeout, media timeout. 11:46 to go here, second half. 7-point lead for the visitors on Fox Sports Pueblo. 52-49. Thunderwolves down by 7. Thunderwolves led this one early. They had a 6-point lead early on, but UCCS reeled them in. Thunderwolves then got the lead back to 4. Then the Mountain Lions went on a pretty good little run, a little 10-1 run to get the lead to 5. Kind of went back and forth in the first half. Late flurry by UCCS got them up by 4 at halftime. And that's pretty much been their working margin this second half until late here when they've had a little run to push it out to as many as 9. They lead by 7 right now. Very patient here. Ball out top. Here is Malone. He's going to jack one up. Missed one finally. Collar bats the rebound outside. Liggett chases it down for the Thunderwolves. He's surrounded. Gets rid of it to Newman. Newman across the timeline. On the left wing with it. Holds the ball there. Directing traffic. Goes down low to Collar. Collar gets into the lane. Goes up and lays it in. Collar with 12. 59-54. Thunderwolves within 5. Here's Ross. Onto the right side to Malone. Up top, quick fire 3 by Jensen. Short. Rebound to Liggett in traffic. He's surrounded, gets rid of it to Newman. Newman gets it across the timeline. Fires it into the corner. Smith open. 3 ball. Swish! Can change in the modern game of college basketball. Thunderwolves all of a sudden back within 2. Here's a 3-pointer by the Mountain Lions. They miss it. Rebound, Patton surrounded. They tie him up. Foul. Foul called on Smith. And Jeff Culver says, I got to restore order. He gets Alex Welsh off the bench and right back into the ball game here as the Thunderwolves with a quick 7-0 run with Welsh on the bench. Here's the inbounds pass. They lob it way outside to Patton, and he gives it off to Godley. Godley gives it off to Malone onto the right side to Ross. Ross down to Patton on the block, turns and faces on Lear. Drives the baseline, wheels, fakes, can't get the shot off. Comes up top to Ross. Ross will back out of there. 12 on the shot clock. Uses a high screen, spins, backs in, goes into the corner. Jumper on the way by Wells. Shot blocked by Collar as he sends it into the first row. 5 on the shot clock now for the Mountain Lions. Fans love that one. Inbounds pass. They get it into Godley. He fakes, pulls up, now hands the ball off. And Ross jumper no good. Newman with the rebound. Thunderwolves ahead. Here is Collar on the block. Goes up and traffic banks it in. We're all tied up at 59 apiece. 9 in a row by the Thunderwolves. Under 10 to go here, second half. Down to 9:50 to play. Here's Godley on the wing. Into the corner. Here's Ross. Now gives it off to Welsh on the baseline. Backs in on Collar. Fakes, goes up with the left-hand scoop. Missed it. Rebound to Collar in traffic. He's whacked at by Godley. Gets the outlet pass ahead to Newman. Newman to Liggett for 3 in the lead. Missed it. Rebound. Lear. Good to the foul. And they say no. You got to be kidding me. Come on, man. Way to get involved in the game and just take away a beautiful play. Unbelievable. Lear will go to the free throw line to shoot the 1-and-1, but it should have been an N1. Easy call. Easy call. Lear's free throw good. Sometimes the term over-officious just comes out. Second toss, no good. So they only get 1 when they should have had 3. But the Thunderwolves have the lead. 60-59. God. Here's Haas on the left wing. Drives me nuts. Ball to the baseline. Here's Patton. Turns, faces. Goes into the lane. And he's tripped up and fouled by Caller.
He tripped himself. He tripped himself. Are you kidding me?
Third team foul on the Thunderwolves. It'll be Malone to trigger it in on the baseline. Lob it way outside to Patton. Patton into the corner to Malone. Into the corner further. Drive of the baseline. Left missed. Rebound. Shot. Foul. Counts. Loose change in the lane there. Alex Welsh picked it up. Laid it in. And he'll go to the free throw line. A chance to make it a 3-point play.
Lock out. Who's got the shooter?
Welsh 79% on the year. Free throws up and good. Welsh has 14. 62-60. UCCS leads it by 2. Here's Newman on the left wing. Down low to Collar. Back to Newman. Left side. Liggett open. Three-pointer. In rhythm. Swish. Gavin Liggett. Thunderwolves back on top. 63-62. Ball out top. Godley with it. Inside to Welsh. Turns, faces, surrounded. Fakes into the corner. Patton drives baseline. Jump stop. Goes outside. Godley. He'll drive into the paint. They run at him. Ball knocked away beautifully there by Lears. He stripped Godley on his way to the hoop.
Off his leg. 2.
Battle of the mascots down beyond the baseline there. It's Wolfies down there, whatever they call the mountain lion. Inbounds pass. Newman almost had the steal, but he stepped on the baseline. Good hustle, though. 10 on the shot clock here for the Mountain Lions. Inbounds pass comes way outside to Welsh. Now hands it off to Malone. Into the corner to Godley. Look out. He'll drive the baseline. Here he comes. Goes up. Shot good. Kendall Godley. Strong move to the hole. 64-63. As we trade the lead back and forth here in this second half. Newman outside to Lear. Lear fakes the three. Now we'll step into the three. It's good. Lear, his first triple of the night. Thunderwolves on top, 66-64. Back into the corner. Now they dribble out of there. Malone up top to Godley. Godley holds it. Works on Liggett. Cut off. Goes outside to Patton. Baseline. Well, shot blocked by Collar. But again, the rebound to Haas. Missed the banker. Newman with the rebound. Thunderwolves come out of there with it. Newman across the timeline to the free throw line. He just follows Patton right to the hoop and lays it in. It should have been a foul on Patton. They don't call it. Newman with 10. 68-64. Driving to the hoop. Godley. He loses it out of bounds, but it was last touched by the Thunderwolves. Timeout on the court. Thunderwolves won that last session, didn't they? They're up by 4. 7:20 to go. Pack leads at 68-64 on Fox Sports Pueblo. 68-64. Thunderwolves lead it by 4. Defensive intensity picking up here in this second half. Thunderwolves look like a much different team here this last 5 or 6 minutes of the game. Breaking out of the malaise. It's been the last 3 losses. Here's Elijah Ross. It triggered in on the baseline. A lot of work to do still, though. This UCS ball club very capable. Inbounds pass sails all the way into the backcourt, but you can chase it down. And Godley does that. He'll bring it across the timeline. Goes left side to Ross. Ross, a couple bounces, now comes up top to Malone. Malone down inside to Patton. He lost it. Regains it on the baseline. Turns, faces, ups it outside. Patton has it, drives into the paint, pulls up, shot good. I said Patton again. It's Alex Welsh. So for some reason I want to confuse them. 68-66. Should be a no-brainer. 2-point lead. Here's the feed down low to Collar. Backs his way into the paint. Goes outside to Newman. Fakes. Drives in. That should have been a foul. They don't call it. Newman to the hoop. Missed it. Rebound to Welsh. Ahead now. Here's Ross to the baseline. Patton with it. He'll drive in on Collar. Wheels. Fakes. Double teamed outside. Moving in with it. Ross. Now outside. Jumper on the way by Welsh. Swish. Alex Welsh with 18. Ties the game up at 68 apiece. 6:20 to go here, second half.
Let's go. More motion. Let's go.
Newman way out top. Gives it off to Lear. Thought about the three. Now goes to Liggett instead. Liggett now to Smith. Smith holds it. Up top, Collar fakes the three. Comes cross court to Newman. 10 on the shot clock. Newman dribbles around the screen. Now drives into the paint. Goes up and under. No, but he drew the foul this time. Dalton Patton picks up his third. They finally reward Newman with a drive to the hoop. He's been spiked to the deck a couple of times in this game and hasn't drawn the call. Free throw up by Newman, no good. We'll have one more. Will usually pretty reliable from the line, 83% on the year, but he misses here. He'll have one more. Second toss, swish. 11 points for Will Newman. Thunderwolves back on top, 69-68. Ross brings it across the timeline, hands the ball outside. Godley with it, dribbles around a screen. Now down to Ross, down to the baseline. Nice move, shot, good, and a foul. It'll count. Beautiful move by Alex Welsh on the baseline. He's trying to take over the ball game, as you might expect. Draws the foul on Collar.
Lock out!
Free throw good. Boy, they had 4 fouls on the board for a minute. I only had 2, but now they change it. Welch with 21. 3-point play gives the Mountain Lions the lead, 71-69. Here's Collar underneath. Layup good. Collar with 16. We're all tied up at 71 apiece. Very competitive ball game here tonight from Massari Arena. Ball right side, Godley. He can break you down with the dribble. Goes outside. Ross chases it down. Lost it for a moment. He drives in. Goes under the baseline, underneath the hoop. Tries to dish it outside. Chasing it down, Welsh. Well, he just throws an elbow in a Newman offensive foul. And Welsh again chases after the referee and says, hey, do you know who I am? I might be the player of the year. You can't call me for that. Still shaking his head out there. Newman across the timeline. On the left wing. Goes up top to Smith. Jumps it down low to Collar. On the block. Turns and hits. Collar with 18. 73-71. Thunderwolves by 2. Back and forth we go here at Massari Arena. 4:50 to go. Here's Godley. Into the corner. Now down to the baseline. Patton backs his way in. Fakes. Goes up. Missed it. Rebound to Lear on the baseline. Hands it off to Newman. Newman pushing the pace. Here he comes to the free throw line, cut off. Now he'll set things up. He's hounded outside by Elijah Ross. 15 on the shot clock. 4:23 to go in the second half. Thunderwolves lead it by 2. Here's Newman. Up top to Lear. Lear wheels. Down the lane he goes. Up and under. No good. Tap try, no good. Collar has it. Has the ball batted away, but a foul. And it's on Elijah Ross. The little man sneaking in there, trying to strip it from Collar. He prevented an easy deuce. It'll make Collar earn it from the line. Collar, 67% free throw shooter. Free throw up, good. 19 for Nelson Collar. Responding to the challenge of taking on Welsh and Patton here in the second half. Second toss, good. 20 for Nelson. 75-71. Thunderwolves by 4, 4:10 to go. Second half. Ball right side. Malone gives it off up top now to Ross. Ross gives it to Godley. Godley on the wing gives it off up top. Here's Ross moving in. Goes right side. Malone with it to the baseline. Patton. He'll launch a 15-footer. Swish! The big man is fearless, shooting that little jumper. 75-73. Thunderwolves lead is 2. 3:40 to go. Get a timeout on our next whistle here. Here's Lear, right side to Liggett. Back to Newman. Left side to Smith. Now to Newman. They're thinking about Collar. They're going to go high post into the corner. Lear's open. Three-pointer up short. Collar with a rebound. Outside to Smith. Fakes it. Goes to Newman. He's wide open. Three ball. In and out. No good. Liggett had the rebound. Lost it. And Malone comes up with it. He drives ahead. 2-on-1 break. Malone in from the right. Good, and a foul. It'll count. Brandon Malone with 13. He drew the foul. And now the Mountain Lions a chance to get the lead back. But first we've got a timeout. 3:14 to go. Second half. We're all tied up at 75 apiece. 1 minute timeout on Fox Sports Pueblo. Yeah, it could be one of the pivotal plays of the game right there. Thunderwolves had a chance to get the lead back up to 4. They missed. Malone got it on the breakout, drew the foul, hit the shot. He'll be at the line to try to complete the three-point play and give the Mountain Lions the lead back. Free throw up. Missed it. And Lear with the rebound on the baseline. So we're still tied, 75 apiece. Here's Newman outside for the Thunderwolves. Down to 3:05 to go here in the second half. UCCS changes up on defense now. They go to a zone. Here's Lear driving the lane, and he hits. Lear with 12, took it right at him. 77-75. Thunderwolves by 2. Back comes Malone. Onto the right side to Godley. Godley dribbles to the top of the key. Cut off. Now gets it out into the corner. This is Odbili with the ball. Gets it to to Welsh. Welsh on the baseline. Into the corner. Malone fakes, drives baseline. Cut off. Launches it way outside to Welsh. Welsh outside to Malone. Drives baseline. Little runner on the way, and he missed it badly. Shot clock goes off. But now they're going to have to look to see how much there should be on the shot clock here. The ball went out of bounds. I think there should be 1 on the shot clock here for UCCS. We'll see. 1 second. 1 second on the shot clock for UCCS. So it'll be almost a catch and shoot here. You've got Welsh out there. They inbound the ball, deflected a shot clock violation. They tried to inbound the ball off the backside of one of the Thunderwolves and then catch it and go up with a quick layup, but they didn't get it off in time. So Thunderwolves ball ahead by 2. We were just here moments ago. Here's Newman. Right side, into the corner to Liggett. Down low to Collar, on the block. Wheels in the paint. Goes up, shot, missed it badly. And the rebound to Welsh. Outlet pass to Godley across the timeline. Pulls up on the baseline. Cut off. Keeps the dribble alive, though. Now goes into the paint. Nice dish. Dunk by Welsh. Timeout taken by the Mountain Lions. 77-77. A minute 58 to go. It's a 30-second timeout on Fox Sports Pueblo. Just not enough time to do my homework here. We try to figure out all the lead changes and ties in this game. But we'll go ahead and work on it a little bit here. So if I go silent for a little bit. All right, 10. Lead change, 14. Tie, 11. Tie 12. We've been tied 12 times. 14 lead changes in this game. 12 ties. That tells you how tight it's been. UCCS did open up a 9-point lead in this second half, but the Thunderwolves reeled them in with a 10-0 run. All tied up. A minute 50 to go. Here's Newman across the timeline. Dribbles to the right wing. Up top to Lear. Lear on the left side to Liggett. Liggett drives the baseline. Hands it off to Collar. Backs his way into the paint. Goes up and under and lays it in. 22 for Collar. 79-77. Thunderwolves by 2. A minute 30 to go. Here's Godley. Up top to Odbili. Odbili to Welsh. He lost it. He'll have to chase it down. Now gives it to Malone. 15 on the shot clock. A minute 20 to go in the game. Malone kills the dribble, gives it off to Godley. Godley now will start his move. He's at the top of the key. Nifty dribbling. Cut off, though. Feeds it off outside to Avili. Looked like he walked with it. Step back jumper. Way off the mark. Rebound on the baseline. Banked it as the shot clock expires by Dalton Patton. You got to be kidding me. Now they may want to look at it to make sure he got the shot off in time. That's what they're going to do. I thought it was in time. I heard that the shot went up, then you heard the buzzer. But they are going to look at it nonetheless. Very lucky play at the very least for UCCS, but you got to give credit to Dalton Patton as he fielded the air ball and launched it all in one motion and banked it in on the baseline. But the officials want to look it over and make sure the ball was out of his hand before the shot clock expired. I think it did. So the officials down there looking at it right now. Check the monitor. Now what they have on the monitor is a picture of the two referees. So they got to reel it back up here. It's going to be too far away for me to see it anyway. Our internet in the building painfully slow tonight, so... Well, they got to count the bucket. They haven't put it on the scoreboard yet, but it should count. It does. Now it's up. So it's 79-79. Great play there by Patton. Very fortunate. We're down to a minute to go. We're all tied up. Thunderwolves with the ball. Right side. Smith with it. Back to Newman. They come left side. Liggett to Newman. They work the ball around the perimeter. Back to Liggett. They jump it inside to Lear. Down the lane he goes. Running right-hander. Blocked. Rebound loose. And it's picked up by Collar to Newman. Left side. 10 on the shot clock. Now Newman. Got to do something with it. Looks for a high screen. Drives into the paint. Goes baseline. Fade away. Got it! Newman with 13. 81-79. Thunderwolves by 2. 30 seconds to go. Godley down the lane. Left-hand scoop up and in. What a shot by Kendall Godley. Timeout taken by the Mountain Lions. 27 seconds to go. We're all tied up at 81 apiece. 30-second timeout. Fox Sports Pueblo. Well, at the very least now for the Thunderwolves, you want to go overtime. But you want to get the last shot here as close to the buzzer as possible and then walk off with a victory here over your arch rival. If you don't get the shot to drop, then you take your chances in overtime. The last thing you want to do is pull the trigger too soon and give UCCS a chance for a run out the other way. Well, Thunderwolves, the last time they were in a similar situation was against Colorado Christian when they were down by 2 late. They raced at the length of the court and missed, and then they had 0.8 seconds to go. They inbounded it real quick. Smith missed a jumper to tie it. Here they don't have to worry about getting it tied. They have the game tied already. Now they're looking for the shot to win the game. 27.2 to go. Inbounds pass to Newman. You want to take this thing down to about 5 seconds and then start something. Newman will bring it across the timeline. Fans into it here. Down to 15 to go. Looks like Newman's going to be the man. Maybe he'll hit somebody popping out. We'll see. 8 seconds to go. 7 seconds. Here goes Will. In for the right. Down low to Collar. He lost it out of bounds. And there's the turnover the Thunderwolves could not afford with 3.7 seconds to go. Timeout taken by the Mountain Lions. 3.7 seconds to go. 30-second timeout on Fox Sports Pueblo. Well, the Thunderwolves, the play was well designed. Collar on the block, trying to lead him to the hoop, but he just lost it out of bounds. I'm not sure if the pass a little bit too hot to handle or what, but Nelson just didn't handle it. But now, here comes UCS. They got a chance. Here's Welsh. Drives it into the forecourt. Launches at the buzzer. Banks it up. No. We go overtime here at Massari Arena. Bonus basketball here tonight on Fox Sports Pueblo. 81-81 our score. Back with the overtime in 1 minute on Fox Sports Pueblo. 81-81 our score. Thunderwolves' record in overtime this year, they're 1-1. Came on back-to-back nights. They defeated Tarleton State in overtime, the number 1 team in the country at that point. Then they lost the next night in overtime. This is the first overtime game of the year for UCCS. We jump center in overtime to start things off. Ball controlled by the Mountain Lions. Godley with it. Dribbles into the forecourt. Hills the dribble. Goes right side. Welsh with it. He drives into the paint. Step back. Fade away. Swish. Welsh with 25. 17 of them here in the second half. 15th lead change of the game. Here's Newman. Down on the block to Collar. Outside to Newman. Fakes. Drives into the paint. All the way to the hoop. Running right-hander. Missed it. And the rebound to Patton. It's the outlet pass to Malone. And now he'll walk it into the forecourt. And the ball outside to Ross. Ross dribbles around a high screen. Right side. Malone fakes. Drives into the paint. Into the corner. Long jumper. Patton, are you kidding me? For 3. Dalton Patton from downtown. 86-81. Lear fakes the 3. Jumps it down low to Collar. On the block. Turns. Goes outside to Liggett. Liggett on the wing. Back down low to Collar. In the paint. Wheels. Fakes. Goes up. Fakes it in. Collar with 24. Much needed hoop for the Thunderwolves. Draws them within 3. We're down to 3:40 to go in overtime. Ross brings it across the timeline. Goes left side to Godley. Onto the block. Welsh turns, faces, and missed it. Rebound to Liggett. Outlet pass to Newman. He races it into the forecourt. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Into the corner. Smith for 3 in the tie. Got it! Josh Smith with his 6th three-pointer of the game. We're tied up at 86 apiece. Here's Ross, way outside for the Mountain Lions. Dribbles around the screen. Drives into the paint. Bumped outside. Foul on the Thunderwolves. 7th team foul on the Pack. That means 1-1 for Elijah Ross. We do not reset the team foul count in overtime. It just continues. Ross to the line, 77% from the line. He's 1 of 2 from the stripe tonight. Free throw on the way. Missed it off the back iron. A push off on the rebound, but it comes to Liggett. As Patton shoved Collar out of the way. Should have been a foul there. But the Thunderwolves get the ball in a tie game. 3 minutes to go. Collar on the block. Backs his way into the paint. Goes up strong. Missed it. Rebound batted around. Collar chases it down. Tied things up. Foul on Godley, I believe. Yes. Kendall Godley fouls Collar as he ripped the rebound away. So Nelson to the free throw line to shoot a pair. UCCS over the double bonus limit. Free throw on the way, off the back iron, no good. First miss of the night for Nelson Collar. He had been 6 for 6 going into that one. One more. Noosa heads Australia. Free throw up, and he gets the roll on the second one. So the Thunderwolves bounce back now with 6 in a row of their own to take the lead, 87-86. 16th lead change of the night, by my count. Give or take one, I suppose. Here's Malone, top of the key. Hands the ball off to Godley. Godley starts a drive on Liggett, goes right around him, in from the right, shot blocked! Oh my! Collar just tapped him, and the ball goes out of bounds. Officials discussing matters now. It's going to belong to UCCS. I don't know how that wasn't a jump ball. Inbounds into the corner. UCCS with the ball. Ball kicked away. So there'll be a minor reset of the shot clock. It was down to 13. They reset it at 15. What a block shot at the Summit that time by Collar. On the sweet drive by Godley. 2:32 to go here in overtime. All Thunderbolts lead at 87-86. Inbounds pass to Godley. On the wing. They clear it out for him. He drives the left wing. Cut off. Ball loose on the deck. Stolen by Lear. Give credit to Newman. Newman gets it across the timeline on the right side. Thunderwolves with the ball and the lead after trailing by 5 at the outset of this overtime. Newman in from the right, layup good. Offensive foul called on Collar, illegal screen. Collar tried to seal off Patton to prevent him from blocking the shot. It was an easy call. Foul number 3 on Nelson. So the Thunderwolves had a chance to extend the lead. They don't get it done. Here's Malone just walking the ball into the forecourt. Picks it up finally. Goes on to the right side. Here's Tim Haas with it. On the wing, hands it off to Malone. Malone way outside with it. Dribbles around a screen. Up top, three-pointer by Welsh. In and out again. Ball batted out of bounds. Last touch by the Mountain Lions. Have you ever seen a ball go in and out and then in and out again? That was crazy. And now they're going to check this one out, I think, on the replay as Jeff Culver, I think, is going to talk the officials into looking at this one.
I think y'all letting officiate me.
And they will go to the video replay to make sure this ball was last touched by the Mountain Lions. It was a 50-50 call all the way there as Lear was battling for the rebound on the baseline. So the officials come over to the video monitor. It has to be conclusive. I'm almost of the opinion this one's going to be one of those ones where they can't tell who it's off of because both players are there. Nope, it is Thunderwolves' ball. It didn't take them long. The ball was last touched by the Mountain Lions. So again, the Thunderwolves with possession and the lead. 87-86, a minute 49 to go here in overtime. Lear to triggered in, gets it in to Newman. Newman will walk it across the timeline for the Thunderwolves. Ralph Turner, the maestro here, directing traffic. Trying to get the play call he wants, getting everybody in position. 15 on the shot clock. Newman to the left side, trying to find Collar, goes to Lear. Lear into the corner to Smith. Smith down low to Collar, wheels in the paint, fakes, goes up strong, missed the banker, tapped in by Lear. 89-86, Thunderwolves by 3, a minute 18 to go. Malone, left side, Godley for 3, shot blocked by Newman. Rebound to Godley, he's trapped in the corner, reach-in foul on the Thunderwolves. Foul on Lear, reaching in on Godley. They had him trapped, but they went for the steal and whacked Godley across the chops. So it'll be Godley to the line. It'll be the 1-and-1 here. They're not in the double bonus yet. Godley, 71%. He's missed one in the game. Free throw up. Got it. 25 points for Kendall Godley. 89-87. Thunderwolves by 2. One more for the senior from Falcon High School, Peyton, Colorado. On the way. Missed that one. Rebound to Lear. Lost it. Regains it. Gets the outlet pass to Newman. 2-point lead for the Thunderwolves. A minute 5 to go. Newman at the top of the key holds things up. He had designs on driving that into the paint. Thought better of it. Newman gets a screen on the left wing. Skips it across to Smith. Jumps it down low. Collar wide open. Banks it in! Collar with 27. 91-87. Thunderwolves by 4. Godley can't get the 3 off. Bad pass stolen by Smith. Intentional foul. It's got to be there as Malone just reached out and grabbed Smith. Officials have a decision to make here. They're just going to call it a regular foul. Boy, I thought that should be an intentional foul call there, but they don't. Ralph Turner calling for the intentional foul. And now timeout. Well, they might go over to the replay and look at it here. Timeout first. 42 seconds to go. Thunderwolves by 4. They'll have free throws when we come back. 30-second timeout on Fox Sports Pueblo. It's just going to be a common foul here. I was kind of begging out there with Michael Paladino one of the officials I respect in this conference, and he goes, come on, Jim, you can't ask for that. And I go, yeah, I know, I'm begging. I know. But in the NBA, they have what's called a clear path foul. I think that's what they probably would have called there. Ralph Turner now coming out. Now they're going to talk this over. Nope, I guess not. Still going to be just a regular foul. 2 shots. 2 shots upcoming for Josh Smith. Smith, he's got that free throw percentage up to 67%. Remember earlier in the year he was down around 50%. First toss, swish. Smith with 19. 92-87. One more. On the way. Swish. 20 for Smith. 93-87. 6-point lead for the Pack. 38 seconds to go. Here's Malone out top. Drives into the paint. Goes up and under. Layup good. Nice move by Malone. Timeout taken by the Mountain Lions. 33 seconds to go. Thunderwolves lead it by 4. 30-second timeout on Fox Sports Pueblo. 33 seconds to go. Thunderwolves with the ball. They'll have to face full court pressure here. Trigger man will be Odessa Lear. He's covered up by Alex Welsh. Try to set some screens. He can run the baseline here. Gets it into Collar. Collar whacked at and fouled in the backcourt. Al Nelson's been the man tonight, as Ralph Turner says. You're the man. You're the man. He'll go to the line here to shoot a pair. 93-89 our score. 2 free throws for Nelson Collar. First one on the way. Missed it. He'll have one more. Second toss. Got it. Hit a lot of iron, but it dropped through there. 94-89. Quickly back the other way. Here's Malone, top of the key. Drives into the paint, takes it to the hole, and he hit the bottom of the backboard. Saved by Smith to Liggett. And then he's wrapped up and fouled. What a play by Josh Smith on the baseline. And now we'll walk back down to the other end. As Malone drove it underneath the hoop, he ran out of real estate, fired it off the bottom of the backboard. Smith saved it into Liggett's hands, and then he was fouled. Liggett. Free throw good. Dare I say, perfect on the year. He's 8 for 8 now. This for a 3-possession lead. On the way. He missed it. It never fails. Oh, my. Back the other way. Here comes Welsh. Welsh in from the right. Goes up. Right-hand hook. Short. Rebound. Layup good. 13 seconds to go. Lear runs the baseline. Fires it ahead to Smith. Smith now will get it across the timeline. Now just cover things up. He's in trouble. He's whacked at and fouled. 9.9 seconds to go. Thunderwolves lead at 95-91. Haas got credit for that last bucket for the Mountain Lions. Smith to the line. Free throw up, and he left it short. Leaving the door only slightly ajar here. Second one on the way. Swish. 21 points for Josh Smith. 96-91. Quickly back in a hurry. They go outside. 3-pointer on the way by Welsh. No good. Collar with a rebound. 2 seconds to go. And a foul in the backcourt. Thunderwolves appreciative of the student section that has stayed here after the honor roll ceremony. Those that are left, shame on you. The rest of the stayed, gold star for you.
What did I tell you? It's okay to play a bad half, right?
Collar to the line. Free throw on the way. Swish. 29 points for Nelson Collar. He'll have one more. On the way. Swish. 30 points for Collar. 98-91. 1 second to go. Half court. Godley. No good. That's the ball game. Thunderwolves win it in overtime. 98-91. stay tuned for the post-game show. We'll talk to Ralph Turner and our star of the game, maybe stars tonight. Nelson Collar will be one of them, and maybe we can talk Josh Smith to coming out here as well. Thunderwolves win it. Back with the post-game show on Fox Sports Pueblo. Welcome back to Massari Arena. Thunderwolves win it in overtime, 98-91. And joining us now, the head coach, Ralph Turner. And I've been prone to hyperbole from once in a while, or hyperbole if you want to call it that way, Ralph. You know, that's one of mispronunciations.
I've hyperboled it many times, my brother.
But great win in this ball game. You're down 9 at one point there in the second half, and the team dug deep and you started hitting some shots. Made that run when you're down 9. You come back with a 10-0 run, got right back in the ball game. Then it was just back and forth. Give us your thoughts of it.
I thought it was a matter of we played with a little poise. I thought that we had some guys overcome. Odessa had a terrible first half. I thought he overcame it. And,
1 point in the first half, 13 in the second.
And he played much harder and attacked the basket a little bit, got some great rebounds. I thought Nelson was a little bit more effective. I thought we did a better job of hitting the ball inside to him.
Yeah.
I thought that was the key, that he got the ball inside. That made them collapse, and that got us wide open looks inside. I was not happy with our last second play of regulation. Should have at least had a shot to win the game, and we don't. But I was happy for the kids. They deserve this. Hey, let me just tell you something. There's a lot of panic around here after losing 3 games, but as you look, Westminster beats Highlands at Highlands.
Right.
Maybe Westminster's not that bad.
Pretty good ball club.
Our league is pretty balanced, and if you're not ready at any given night, it can be a tough road to hoe. So tomorrow night is another big game for us. There's no forgiveness. You get UCCS. Now you get the best defensive team in the league, who's big and athletic and rebounds. So we'll have to have some of our guys didn't play much tonight. Goldie didn't get much in the second half. He just went down a very good game.
But you have to make that kind of decision the way that with the guys you put out there. And Josh Smith had an incredible first half, and then he picked it up late in the ball game, a couple of huge hoops, and you just have to kind of play a hunch.
I thought Gavin Liggett made a big 3 in our run. You have to guard Gavin. I thought he was around the ball defensively. How many rebounds and loose balls did Gavin come up with? But I just thought it was a great all-round effort, and everybody gave it. I sort of stayed with that last group a lot longer than what I usually do. Usually I'd at least sub some. I thought Braden Kuiper gave us some good minutes off the bench. I'll have to do a better job of subbing tomorrow night, but I was just happy for our kids. They deserve success. They really work hard, and they're trying to establish themselves as somebody who can compete for a championship. And I told them they got 7 games left. We win all 7. We're in pretty good shape.
You will be,
let's
definitely.
Just take them one game at a time.
Let's talk about the over. We talked about the second half. You fell behind by 9, reeled them in. In overtime, you fall behind by 5. Reel them right in. You come right back. You could have panicked maybe a little bit there, but the team showed poise, I think, was the key word tonight.
Right. I thought so. And we ought to have poise. Our guys, we've got some seniors who were playing. We got juniors who were playing. We got some guys who've got to step up. I thought it was a great game. I thought that we played with a lot of heart. I thought we made plays when we had to. I would like to have made all our free throws at the end as opposed to missing some. But I really thought the key was going inside, getting to the foul line early in the second half, and all of a sudden that changed the way they had to guard us.
Well, and you look at the game, Nelson Collar ends up with 30 in the game, but Patton playing kind of out of his mind, hitting those jumpers. But you talked about it going into the ball game. You thought he was the most improved big man maybe in the conference, and he kind of showed it in this game. But then Nelson answered the challenge, and then we all know about Alex Welsh, how tough he is to handle. And Godley was a tough. I mean, they got some tough guys out there that you guys were able to shut down.
Godley killed us individually. I don't know how many he ended up with, 25, I guess.
Yeah.
And so, thank you. So I haven't even seen stats, so I don't even know what we did, but it was nice to shoot. Let me just tell you something. First game in how many we've shot more free throws than our opponent.
Yeah, but you're more aggressive.
But, of course, that accounts towards all the fouls. At the end, they had to foul, so maybe that's why there's the difference. But I just thought it was a good team effort. They had 18 turnovers. I thought we made some plays defensively.
Right.
It's nice to see that there's not a 60% here.
Yeah. Exactly.
For their shooting percentage.
Well, Ralph, you're kind of running on fumes. I'm kind of on fumes.
Let's get
the players in here. You got to rest up.
All right, brother.
Tomorrow.
Thanks so much, Brooksy.
All right, buddy.
Let's get double up this weekend. What do you say?
got it. That'd be a nice thing. Ralph Turner, the head coach of the Thunderwolves. We'll go ahead and Go ahead, Nelson. We'll bring you in first there. Or Nelson, you going to TV? Okay, come over here. I think TV's gone, so we don't have to worry about those TV guys anymore. Joe Servy's mailing it in. See, he leaves early. The TV guys, they just get the heck on out of here. Yeah. We work overtime and work the full Monty here. But what a ball game here tonight. Nelson, after the 3-game losing streak, you come back in here tonight. You fall behind by 9 in the second half. Then the team, you kind of put them on your shoulders there and took charge on the inside in this ball game. Talk about it.
Yeah, I think that first half I was missing a couple of easy ones, but just huge credit to my teammates believing in me, keep feeding it in the post. Coach ran up some good plays. I was trapping and we got some quick, easy buckets, handing it off. But just everyone bought in. Everyone just gave it all tonight, and that's a really big win for us.
Well, in that first half, a couple of those shots maybe a little short, a little flat, it looked like, but in the second half you kind of adjusted and maybe a little bit more authority, getting it in or tipping that shoulder. Is that what you feel like?
Yeah, I was definitely a bit more timid that first half, but the second half I was trying to be a lot more aggressive, and we couldn't let this one go. I'm just stoked we got it.
Well, I thought late in the ball game too, the effort defensively, you guys seem to be flying around to the ball. There's a couple of 50-50 balls in there on those boards that you guys were able to bat away and keep free and get the steals.
Absolutely, yeah. The boys are all on the floor. We got some huge steals right at the end there. A couple of big defensive stops. They came out overtime quick. 5 points was looking pretty steep then, but everyone didn't give up. We just kept fighting and got away with the win.
All right, buddy. Good job.
Thank you very much.
Nelson Collar, the star of the game, the pride of Noosa Heads, Australia. I feel the surfboard being waxed right now down there. Josh Smith, come on in, bud. And we'll go ahead and talk to one of our favorites, Josh Smith. Probably last week at Westminster, even though in defeat, I thought it was a game for you that got some confidence back for you. Kind of had a couple of struggles. I remember trying to remember which ball game. I remember you were just kind of really down in the dumps. It was probably on the road somewhere where we've always been. Didn't feel good about things, and I thought, man, you're going to bounce back. It must have been after the Mesa game. And you bounced back with a beautiful game, I thought, even though in defeat at Westminster, and it carried over to tonight.
Yeah, and that's really all it's about. I'm a shooter, so if I don't have any good nights shooting, I can't let that get to me because the next one's going in. So that's how my mentality is, especially game to game. The last game is forgotten, and these last two, just seems like my shot is just really where it needs to be right now in the season, and this is just such a big win for us, so I'm happy I could bring my shooting tonight.
Well, shooting threes is sexy. You know, you run around out there, everybody loves that, but the things you do on the court that I love, you never take a night off, it seems like, effort-wise, and one of the key plays of the game, talk about it there at the end where you made the save. They had the wild drive to the hoop, hit off the bottom of the backboard. Somehow you got your hands on it, saved at the liga. Talk about that play.
I knew that was a big possession, and when I saw him didn't get that good of a shot, I went for the rebound, and right when I knew I could grab it, I was like, I got to find one of my teammates, and the game is over. We're going to make our free throws, and that's it. So I knew how big it was, so once I grabbed it and got into Gavin, it was I knew the game was sealed.
Well, you're a Colorado Springs guy. You're familiar with this UCCS ball club. They recruit the state of Colorado pretty well, but might have been one guy they passed over in you, and so you got to feel pretty good beating those guys.
Oh, definitely. It's just hometown. That's just where I'm from, so it's a good thing. I'm always going to have a little chip on my shoulder when I play UCCS.
And talk about it confidence-wise for the ball club. Guys really needed this win. I don't know if it was panic time. I called it desperate time. Ralph Turner thought that was a little over the top when I said it in the pregame show, but really it needed this win here tonight just to get you back on the right.
There's no question. We definitely needed the win tonight, and I think we never gave up, and I think that's very key for our team. Going into tomorrow, I mean, this is a great win, but we got to get 2 wins this weekend, and that's the bottom line. So I'm really excited how we play tonight, but I'm really looking forward to playing the Metro tomorrow. I
keep trying to train these guys. Wait here when we go into timeout. Say hi to everybody.
Hey, what's up?
Hi. You can't see it, but it's there. Believe me. Trust me. We're going to timeout. We're going to come back with more of our post-game show right after this on Fox Sports Pueblo.
Thank you, Jim.
All right, buddy. Definitely.
Show your Thunderwolves.
And welcome back to Massari Arena. Thunderwolves win the ball game 98-91. This is kind of a quick recap of the way this game. Thunderwolves jumped out early by 6. UCCS reeled them in. We kind of went back and forth. A very competitive first half. UCCS would eventually lead it by 4 at the break. They would move out, though, to a 9-point lead early on in the second half, led at 59-50, but the Thunderwolves reeled them in a hurry. They scored 10 straight to take the lead at 60-59. Then we started seesawing back and forth, a number of lead changes. Thunderwolves finally got the game tied at 71 apiece, and then they continued on, scoring 4 more in a row, part of a 6-0 run to go ahead 75-71. UCCS bounced right back, tied the game up at 75. They missed a free throw, though, Malone did. right around a minute to go. We traded hoops right down to the buzzer. Thunderwolves had a chance to win the ball game in regulation, turned the ball over with 3.7 seconds to go. UCCS then raced it into the forecourt. Welsh missed a shot from about 35 feet running in from the right side. It was a desperation heave. We went to overtime. UCCS scored the first 5 of overtime, but then the Thunderwolves came back with 8 in a row to lead it 89-86. Mountain Lions got it to within 2 at 89-87. Thunderwolves, though, got a key rebound, then pushed it out to 6 at 93-87. Mountain Lions cut it to 4 on 2 occasions at 93-89 and again at 95-91. But then the Thunderwolves, hitting their free throws down the stretch, end up winning the ball game. 98-91 is your final. Here are the scoring leaders in the ballgame. 4 players in double figures for the Thunderwolves. Part of our doubleheader star of the game interview tonight, Nelson Collar, ends up with 30 points tonight. He had 10 field goals, 10 of 20 from the field. He was 10 of 12 from the free throw line, finishes with a game-high 30 points. Josh Smith off the bench, 6 field goals. All of those three-pointers, hit 3 of 4 from the free throw line, finishes with 21. Odessa Lear, great second half, 12 points in the half, couple of key tip-ins late, ends up with 14 points. Will Newman driving the ball fearlessly to the hoop all night, ends up with 13. Kuiper with 6. Golden did have 7. Liggett with 4. McDonald with 3. Wallace and Murdakovich failed to score. 34 of 77 from the field were the Thunderwolves, 44%. 9 of 26 from the three-point line. That's only 35%. Usually those numbers lend yourself to a Thunderwolves loss, but that's how gritty they were tonight, overcoming that kind of a so-so shooting night. But they do get to the free throw line 31 times tonight, hit 21 of them. For UCCS tonight, 4 players in double figures, led by that double-headed monster, Godley and Welsh, finished with 25 points. Patton with 17. Malone with 15. But after that, that's about it for the Mountain Lions. Advili, Jensen, and Haas with 3 apiece. Ross, Crawford, Van Pelt, and McDonald played but failed to score. 34 of 71 from the field, that's 48%. They were 7 of 24 shooting threes, that's 29%. 16 of 22 from the free throw line for 73%. Mountain Lions did out-rebound the Thunderwolves 48-40. Patton and Welsh with 11 apiece to lead the way there. Collar had 10. Lear with 9 to lead the way for the Thunderwolves. Thunderwolves 11 assists on their 34 made baskets. Newman with 4 to lead the way there. Lear, Collar, and Smith with 2 apiece. 13 assists for the Mountain Lions, 4 for Godley, 3 for Ross to lead the way there. 18 turnovers tonight for UCCS. Thunderwolves turn it over only 7. So 11 extra possessions, huge in this ball game tonight for the Thunderwolves. Thunderwolves had 6 block shots, 4 of those by Collar. We didn't even talk about that with him. That great block shot he had on Godley as he drove it to the hoop late was a beauty. Little Australia worked in there for you, a little beauty. All right. 2 block shots by Will Newman as well. Godley had the 1 block shot for UCCS. 6 steals for the Thunderwolves, 3 of those by Smith. Lear had 2, Newman with 1. 2 steals for Ross, 1 for Welsh for the Mountain Lions. Final score, 98-91. The lead changes. Man, I was trying to keep up with that as we went on tonight. We had 16 by my count, 16 lead changes. The game was tied on 13, 14, 15 occasions. So 15 ties, 16 lead changes is what I have. Very unofficial. But that's the way that goes. Internet problems here tonight. We'll see what kind of final scores we can get on the men's side here. Westminster, you heard Ralph Turner mention that. They defeated Highlands tonight. That helps the Thunderbolts. 78-69 the final there. Mines over Regis 80-72. Metro State, that's tomorrow night's opponent. They defeat Western State. Pretty competitive ball game. Actually, that game's still underway. There's 41 seconds to go. Metro leads at 82-78. 41 seconds to go in Gunnison. Mesa continues their winning ways. They knock off Western New Mexico 83-61. The final there. Colorado Christian, low scoring game. You just don't expect that from Colorado Christian, where they ran it up against the Thunderwolves, but they win tonight at Chadron State 66-53. Adams State goes into Black Hills tonight and wins 74-58, the final there. Earlier tonight in women's play, Thunderwolves, of course, winning a very dramatic win for the Thunderwolves women. They win it 64-61. Elsewhere tonight in the RMAC, Westminster over Highlands 75-68. Regis over Mines. That's good news for the Thunderwolves. They're now in a first-place tie atop the RMAC. With Mines, 65-61, the final there. Regis wins it. Mesa over Western New Mexico, 55-43. Metro State, tomorrow night's opponent, they go into Gunnison and win 77-72. Fort Lewis over South Dakota Mines in double overtime tonight, 75-69, the final there. We mentioned the Thunderwolves win. Black Hills State just annihilates Adams State tonight, 75-30, the final there. Carter Christian defeats Chadron State, 85-77. So there you have it. Those are the finals from around the RMAC. That about does it here tonight from Massari Arena. We will remind you, tomorrow night we'll be right back here at Massari Arena. We'll be on a half hour earlier as the television back again, Comcast Entertainment Television tomorrow, but they're going to move the women's game up to 5 o'clock. The men's game will be the only one televised tomorrow. Tonight we had both games televised, but tomorrow it's just the men's game. That'll be a 7:30 tip for the men. The women go at 5. We'll be on the air at 4:45 with the Thunderwolves pregame show. Special people to thank here, of course, tonight. Sean Pooley, the Assistant Sports Information Director here at Csu-Pueblo. Dax Larson, the Assistant Athletic Director in charge of Sports Information. We thank them for all their hard work. Of course, our head coaches, Jim Turgeon and Ralph Turner. The Athletic Director is Joe Folda. Our producer and engineer tonight of Thunderwolves basketball has been one Nate Baptist. Catch Nate all the time. He's all over the Clear Channel family of network stations, I guess you'd say. We like his work over there on, we're partial to that 107.9 stuff. Probably hearing tomorrow afternoon before he comes in tomorrow night to produce another game here of Thunderwolves basketball. My name is Jim Brooks. Reminding you, the Thunderwolves win the doubleheader tonight. The women win at 64-61. The men win it in overtime, 98-91. Until we talk to you tomorrow night from Massari Arena, this is Jim Brooks bidding you good night.
This has been CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350. Catch all of the action all season long right here. Pueblo's home for CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves athletics is Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.